Hey, what's going on? In this video, I'm going to share with you how you can take your trauma that's holding you down and use it as a tool to create more beneficial energy in your life. What do I mean exactly? Well, if I take two of the most traumatic experiences I had in my life, watching my mom rot to death from cancer and then going through a suicidal depression and attempting to take my life, those two biggest traumas, what I've done is I've flipped them and I've used them to create joy in my life. Now, what do I mean by this? Well, after experiencing losing my mom to cancer, I created a charity where I donate $5,000 checks to young families that have a child with cancer and could use some extra cash while they're going through that. I found a way to find joy and happiness from something that was perceived as very dark in my life. You know, I put out videos talking about things that I've learned on the topic and, you know, reaching back and helping that community, people that are going through things that I went through, brings me joy. So if you have a trauma in your life, I know some people that lost their son to a senseless murder. And it's like, okay, well, how could you take a situation like that and flip it into a positive? Well, if you've healed from that, like I've seen these people do, they could now be there for people that have just gone through the same thing and help them out of a hard time, right? Now, another thing that I've done with my suicidal depression journey is do things like make videos on how to heal from depression, and creating videos and hearing, some of the feedback when I first created, when I first started going on social media, creating content. It was probably one of the scariest things I've ever done because I'd been an introvert my whole life. When I started this, I didn't have much self-love for myself, so I was still concerned about what other people had to say, right? And I told myself, as long as I put out some videos and if I was able to save one person from going through what I went through, except accomplishing it, meaning ending their life, then that was successful. And so I found joy in creating content after it's scaring the shit out of me. And I started to get feedback from people, I started getting comments, messages, people saying, you really helped me out of a hard time. And I was like, this feels good to do. So I've turned my traumas into something more positive, and you can too. Everyone's situation is different. You just got to be creative and figure out a way that you can turn your poo-poo into, your lemons into lemonade. That's all I got. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.